The oak casket bearing the Queen had been made for Elizabeth more than 30 years ago, made from English oak at Elizabeth's request. Most people don't have their coffin, I know, made decades before they die, but for the Queen, no one was taking any chances. As Andrew Leviton, who runs the firm of Royal Funeral Directors, said, it's not something you can make in just a day. There are fitments on the coffin lid which allow the instruments of state to be fitted, unquote. It's 11 a.m. Tuesday morning over there now as I speak to you. The King and the Queen Consort, on a punishing itinerary, will today fly to Belfast and travel by car to Hillsborough Castle to view an exhibition on the Queen's relationship with Northern Ireland. Just as in the Palace of Westminster and then at Holyrood, the King will receive a message of condolence led by the Speaker of the Northern Ireland Assembly, and then King Charles will give his reply. This is punishing stuff for a family enduring grief. There'll be a short reception at Hillsborough. Charles and Camilla will then meet all the leaders from all the major faiths in Northern Ireland and attend a prayer service at St Anne's Cathedral. The King and Queen Consort will then return to London. Can you believe all this? In Edinburgh, just after 5 p.m. their time, 2 a.m. tomorrow morning our time, the Royal Air Force will fly the Queen's coffin from Edinburgh Airport to RAF Northolt, just north of Heathrow Airport. Princess Anne, again, the Queen's only daughter, will accompany the coffin on the flight. Once the coffin lands in England at 8 p.m, 5 a.m. tomorrow morning our time, it'll be transported about 23 kilometres by car to Buckingham Palace and placed on trestles in the Bow Room, one of the 775 rooms in Buckingham Palace. Various chaplains to the King, appointed by the Queen, will take turns in keeping watch over the coffin. Tomorrow, the procession to Westminster will begin. More than 750,000 people are expected to descend on Westminster, with queues expected to reach up to 8 kilometres. The Queen will lie in state, and unprecedented numbers of mourners are expected to try to visit the Houses of Parliament in the Palace of Westminster. The number of people on the streets of London is estimated to rival the 1 million who came out for the funeral of Diana. Security sources have acknowledged that the terror threat has changed substantially since 1997. The security operation will be unprecedented. The Queen's coffin will be on a catafalque, which is a raised platform in Westminster Hall, draped in the royal standard with the orb and sceptre on top. Rob Harris has summed up this splendidly when he wrote, and I quote, "These are remarkable days. It's not an overstatement to say that if civilization lasts another 500 years, these days will still be talked about and written about in the same way that Shakespeare ensured the great kings and queens lived on through literature."